What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the bot run. We are up to the intermediate stage now. We've hit 4 digits. Maria is rated at 1,000. She has the white pieces, and I reckon we can just get stuck straight into it. So I'm just going to make myself a little bit bigger there. We have black, and Maria is going to play 1 d4. Okay, let's go d5. Keep it symmetrical. And I'm hoping that we are finally at a level in the bots where they're not just going to start giving away pieces, especially queens, for no reason. Okay, we have a queen's gambit. Let's play an accepted. I don't have a favorite way to meet the queen's gambit as yet. I play the accepted and the decline and the Slav. Though I don't particularly like either. I do hate facing 1 d4, I have to admit. I'm much happier if I can get a Sicilian. Let's just develop our knight as well. Okay, so white's idea in the queen's gambit, particularly in the queen's gambit accepted, is to give away the c-pawn, a flank pawn, to open up, well, to gain more space in the center with their e and their d-pawn. And one idea is when they move the e-pawn, they now attack our c-pawn on c4 with their bishop. So as black, you can play to hang on to that pawn. I don't advise it, to be honest. I feel like it's not the best way of playing. You end up pushing like your b-pawn, your a-pawn, but then white goes and plays a4, and this little x-ray rook on rook can sometimes be nasty for both colors, but yeah, especially for black if white plays it well. So I'm more than happy to just kind of accept that that pawn is going to be lost. And I'm just going to play a nice, normal, developing move. Okay, white's playing well. This is a good sign. Good sign that we are getting stronger bots now. Okay. Keep it simple, develop the other knight. Okay, and I feel like that's not so accurate from white. This idea that, look, queen maneuver, creating the battery with the bishop, it can work if you have f7 or whatever square as a target, but because I played e6 before, that battery is not so strong. Also, the queen moving straight to hit b7, it's not a threat as of yet. I haven't developed the bishop. But this kind of queen maneuver can sometimes work when those attacking options are on. Here, I think it doesn't do much. I mean, I can possibly just play knight a5 here and pick up the bishop pair, which is tempting. Okay, I'm just thinking they do have queen b5 check, and I'll have to drop the knight back. Seems kind of like a waste of time. Let's just develop the dark squared bishop for now. Okay, and that's a weird move. That's an undeveloping move. I'll castle. Okay, just as I was starting to give this bot some compliments, it's playing very badly again. I shouldn't say again, it's the first time I played this bot, but the bots in general. Okay. Now I've got to think about what I want to do with this light squared bishop. We could always look to fianchetto, and I don't mind that. It does kind of weaken our c6 square, at least temporarily. But I don't think they've got a real plan to threaten that anyway. So let's prepare to get our bishop out this way. Oh my god. Has this bot just been programmed to rely on one bishop or something? Okay. We'll fianchetto. Now I think white's better option there was to just short castle. This is a bit of a weird move. And you'll notice I'm playing very slowly. I'm in no rush to win this game. And generally, d4, d5 openings are like that. It's not something you generally just go all-out attack. You got to play a bit more positionally, less tactics. You got to grind it out. It's not my favorite way of playing, but there it is. And another bishop move. Okay, I think it's time we hit the center. Our rook x-rays their king. That's the perfect time to try and trade off some pieces. And now they are sacrificing their bishop. And I don't think white has any sort of follow-up here. I think it's just a bad move. And I think the only thing we should be mindful of is let's not move our king, because then we've got to drop f7 so we can take back with our knight. Okay. Slightly annoying move. We could win a tempo on the queen here. And then I think possibly force the queen to lose contact with the d-pawn. And we can pick it up with our bishop. Okay, now walks into a fork. Just double check, there's nothing better. I think that works. Now, before you just go taking the knight straight away, it's always good to look for more options to attack the queen, because sometimes the queen can just run out of space. And you're obviously better off winning that queen instead of the knight or the bishop or the rook or whatever else may be involved in a fork. So straight up, I'm looking at bishop c5. Doesn't quite trap it. Pushing the pawn twice. Again, it looks like they do have a few escape squares, but that principle of just taking your time to check, especially as we're not playing without a clock here, we are playing without a clock. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. Now, don't get slack. They are threatening mate 1. That rook, that weird rook move they did before, could potentially be deadly. If you were to go and play something quickly and inaccurately. I think the obvious move is just to kick the queen away with our bishop here, while also controlling that potential checkmate square. And this does another thing. It opens up our queen and allows us to take the d-pawn. So our bishop still protects from checkmate. So I think I like taking with the queen here. Getting her a bit more active, giving room for my a-rook to slide across. That's not a big deal. We'll slide back. Okay, so we're +5 now. We're slowly chipping away at them. I wouldn't mind a queen trade here if the opportunity presented itself, because really their only chance of winning this game would be a quick checkmate with that queen or some kind of trap that I fall for. I think we can just improve our a-rook, create a strong battery with our queen on the d-file. Okay, so importantly, they are no longer threatening mate 1. Gives us a little bit more time to do something. And I think what our focus here should be is improving the position of our knights. So we have both knights on the edge of the board, opposite edges. And I'm sure we've all heard knight on the rim is dim. or simply you just know a basic principle is to keep your knights in the center. I think we'll go this one first. Okay. And Gotham chess fans everywhere, rejoice. He sacrifices the rook. I'm not going to scream into the mic. I'm not Levy. I think we'll just slide out of the way of that threat. Let's hit the queen while improving the position of our knight. It's a lovely central square. Okay, and using your tactics, you should see we can end up winning a rook here with the fork on c2. I'm just going to take a moment to look at other threats because their king is quite exposed. We have a lot of pieces still. I feel like there's possibly a good attack. Let's just start with a check. Now, annoyingly, we can't fork the king and queen because of their knight. I feel like the computer would see a forced mate here, but alas, I am not a computer. I see fork, I make fork. Oh, okay, and if they're going to give me their queen, sure, I will take it. So 26 moves for the computer, for the 1000 bot, to make a pretty bad mistake. Which is better than previous bots, I will say that. Alright, I think we're at the stage, we're so far up, I'm just going to sack the exchange, simplify things a bit. In fact, it doesn't really count as sacking the exchange here, because we followed up by winning the bishop, which is quite nice. Okay. I think I can... actually just give away that bishop. They're not going to queen, so it doesn't really matter. And now I just need one extra piece to help with the mate. And if you can find a way of getting out of that one, you're a better player than I am. Checkmate. Okay, pretty good game. Pretty good game, Maria. Thank you. Let's check out the game review. Okay, so the computer finally loaded, played at 90.3% and like an 1850. All right, that's a great way to kick off the intermediate bot run. Let's have a squiz. So, book moves to kick it off. I'm definitely no expert on this kind of stuff. I do like that move though. I do quite often play c5 just to try and develop my bishop. Good. Okay, makes sense. Yep, just hit the center. Again, that's all fine. And that's a really weird move. And you can see already, despite equal material, just a pawn each lost heavily in black's favor. Good. This is really instructive, I reckon. when you get to this kind of position, if you're maybe beginner, intermediate player, you've developed your pieces, you're castled, and you get to this stage of the game, you're like, I don't really know what to do now. Okay, one good thing to always check is, can you push one of your center pawns, okay, in any capacity? And just look at the trades, look at what's on offer. For example, here, I know if they don't accept the trade, I threaten a fork, okay, protected by my pieces here. So that's threatening to win material. So you think, okay, well, if they don't take, maybe they will move one of these pieces. How will that change the position? More likely, they're probably just going to want to take. And how will that change the position? Well, I can take back a number of ways. They can take back just the once. So what piece do I want to hang on to? And then you got to think, what piece is currently more active, creating more threats? Okay, what piece moving opens up threats from other pieces? And it's this kind of pattern recognition that you'll start to develop by playing lots of games and by studying and by watching chess players who are better than me. But thanks for joining. Anyway, moving on. So it is best. That's good. They don't react in any of those logical ways. They just sack a piece. Whatever. We now have a huge advantage. Apparently winning a piece via a fork is not even the best move. Good. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Just hitting the bishop over there. Not a very human move, I don't feel. Yep, I had a feeling it would be a forced mate here. Mate in 11. Let's have a look at it. Wow, how did I not see that? How embarrassing. Yeah, look. Fair enough. It is there. This is not a bad way of going about it. If you're not a master, just simplify things. And overall, pretty good win. Pretty happy with that. Okay. Next video. Next game, we're going to have the white pieces against another 1000 bot, Maxim. Okay, thanks for joining in. See you then.